Dopamine, also known as the motivation molecule, is responsible for all things good. It controls how we feel and hence what we do. So the human body is no more than a device, and every device requires its fuel. The only thing that separates us from the device is we make it. That our body is self-operating machine, so a lot of the main functions are already designed to function in harmony, and it is only a matter of what outside influences were introduced to it. So the food we eat, the liquids we consume, the air we breathe, ex-sheriff, so it all should be calculated mindfully, because they will interact with the existing chemicals. So dopamine, thankfully, is already present in our system in large quantities, and the best part of this manacle is we don't even need any substance to boost it. Light exercise can also help pump it into our body. So first, let us address the powers of this molecule and its effects. So dopamine is a neurotransmitter and essentially the reason for life, not survival, but the very best of life. Concentration, focus, and inspiration are its main jobs. Lack of this molecule and even depletion of our it can cause empathy, decontentement, and even depression. If we do not feel like waking up in the morning, it is probably because our fuel thing is running very low on this molecule. So the I can do spirit is a direct result of higher level of dopamine, and the high bit spirit is the cause of even more dopamine in our system. So remember how we discussed how discipline and real estate goes. So when we set and achieve achievable goals, just a mindset to do so is due to dopamine, and the success of it is what causes you to keep going. More dopamine. So our body is truly a wonderful device. So why are we, so many of us, so low on what is freely available in our body? Well, there is 6 billion new neurons in our brain that do not interact with each other. So the information they are transmitting is the information we subject ourselves. So if I am constantly subjecting myself to negative information, then the neurons would have nothing but the negative information to communicate. But if I subject myself to positive things, then my brain will be communicating that information just like a computer. So my input will depend on it. Information is not just pieces of data, but also the chemicals that are present in our food, and eardogs, for example, all have a positive effect on mine only until a certain time. Once we're off, we go back to the feeling of what we felt. So this gives rise to dependence on such drugs, where all such drugs, and what doesn't help you grow only decays you. So even the food we eat, the food, vegetables and dairy products and nuts, are proven to increase levels of dopamine, but excess of any of these foods, and we have got a big city on our hands, which is also an addiction. So chemistry is all about the right proportion, and we must learn to use this science to our best advantage. So mindful living incorporates it through our understanding of the workings of what nature or body is part of it. Hence it has created a crucial for success to learn how our body responds to certain things and how we take control of it. So meditation in the form of reading, working, or in simply gazing into the herbs on our natural, incomparably free methods to boost dopamine. Careful consideration of what and how much we eat also has a significant impact on our enthusiasm for life. So learning is probably the most important, however, often overlooked components of the feel-good factor in our mind. When we learn information that could solve our problem, it gives us motivation to actually solve that problem. So the success itself is proof of the value knowledge has in our life. Knowledge is power. So cliché, it is 100% true. How will you solve an equation if you don't know the formula? The highest achievement over age generation is that we have devised a way to get information on baby fingertips so that are designed to crawl through. This information is also developed to sort out only the most authentic and high-quality content. So despite this progress, if we refuse to learn, then it is our own fault. This is where free will plays a role, the one that pushes themselves to be better and thinking of full advantage of this system. It is true that the internet has good and bad information, but everything is lied, yet even water can kill you if you overdrink it. So it is upon us to learn wisely. In your every click records your preference, so prefer to write things that led to what happened to you, will happen for you. And finally, treat dopamine as only the technical aspect of your existence. Don't stress, no stress on justice, chemically influencing it, thinking just a bit. Every one of your action would automatically help you make the right decisions. So that chocolate doesn't look appealing, but why does it? Is it because look that? Appealing because my mind gives it to that temptation. Smoking is my habit, but how does it help me do away about 40 minutes of my day doing it, or I'm ignoring the task that I actually should be accomplishing? So on and so forth. You need to ask yourself these questions. If you exude this much control over each one of your decisions, then high level of dopamine is a direct scientific consequences of it, and the direct consequence of debt is a high quality of life.